Right, so I heard that the Department of Justice is suing Louisiana over the over-detention in the jails. And I asked ChatGPT about that, and it said that they did a research study back in 2020 and found between January and April of 2022, because they initiated the investigation in 2020 and then found as a case study between January and April about 25% of people in the jails are held longer than they should have been. And I gotta say, that really is personal for me, because I was in jail in January 2022 and April 2022. I was held an extra day on pre-trial, 4 days instead of 3, and the jail just said they forgot about me. And now, after that 2022 statistic, they wait a couple of years and then decide to sue. The Department of Justice decides to sue in December of 2024 against the LDOC, which I think it's too small of a window to focus on with Louisiana for a lawsuit, because the judges are a big part of the reason why people are detained in the first place, are put in jail and held for an excessive period of time. Like with, for example, in my case with Judge Owsley, he he found probable cause for failure to ID in a library. And I spent 4 days, I spent an extra day. The jail says they forgot about me, but I mean, come on. Judge Owsley was also very aware of my status as well. Okay, he decided to have me incarcerated, and allowed the time to lapse without asking any questions about that extra day. The jail just takes the responsibility, and that's how they pass off responsibility to each other, saying, I don't know, it's some other guy that's in charge of it. And then you go to that guy and they go, I don't know, it's that other guy's in charge of it. And they pass off responsibility a lot. And then if you want to look into it yourself to find out what policies they're following, they'll block you from seeing their policies to get for you to get to the bottom of it and claim privilege. That's how they maintain this very unstable system. They keep the system stable by claiming all this secrecy and privilege. So that's unfortunate to have to deal with, because I'm facing more jail time. I spent 30 days for my ID, and I guess I could face another 30 days for the second trial. And it comes down to the judges making these decisions. You don't just look into the prisoners. You want to investigate the elected officials. You don't waste your time with these appointed jailers. Okay, they're all appointed. And maybe if this was Kentucky, you could look into the jailers more, find out that, look into what's going on with their system, and have an elected official who with more responsibilities, more to answer to out there than just the Department of Justice. They'd also have to answer to the people who elected them as well. If you just look into the jails here, then you're not really looking into the elected officials as much. You're not really showing a focus. Apparently, the Department of Justice is suing and then suggesting how to better manage the jail system as well. So that's going to be it. They're going to sue to have their recommendations put in place, whatever those recommendations are. Standards, different standards have to be met, and it seems like maybe the say for example Natchitoches Parish Detention Center is responding to this lawsuit now by trying to shuffle around inmates better, and it's a little harder now to store as Chief Nikeo Collins says, to store people. It's getting a little bit harder, I think, now, because the Natchitoches Detention Center wants to shuffle people into another jail, but the other jail might be aware of this lawsuit from the Department of Justice, and now has raised their standards for how they'll accept. They want a contract. They want to raise the standards, and this was brought before the city council. The city council is very aware. The mayor said that he's willing to answer questions about the shuffling people around who are in pretrial state. Shuffle people over to another county's jail for people who are in pretrial. Store them over there. Put just mix and match. It was easier maybe before, as Chief Collins has said. It was easier with another sheriff. They just took them. They just took the inmates. But now this another jail, and I forget the name of it, says that they want to establish a contract first for the standards that required to meet. And I asked Chief Collins about those standards to meet, and it's not clear. Okay, I don't think he really even knows those standards. And in the future city council meetings, this will be discussed. I'd like to sit in on it, but I got legal problems myself to deal with, and that's taken up a lot of my time. So, but I am facing jail. I heard that this Natchitoches jail had a riot, and now the news came out yesterday or the day before saying that it was a result. It was in one wing, and they got it settled. And I mean, individuals riot, but they got enough individuals who like to riot together to create that riot. The bail bondsman is saying that a bail bondsman has been brave enough to speak out and say that it's because of a new company that runs the jail and is finding ways to save even more money. Well, how do they save money? But already it is you have to wear your own shoes in the jail. You're not allowed any pens or paper. You got to buy them, or I think. And I was without a pen for a couple of weeks. Every jail I've been in other states, I've gotten a pen immediately. But this jail prevents it, so there's no way to communicate effectively. I guess, yeah, you could type. Okay, there is that little computer pad that you could type messages to, if you have a recipient to type to, but the typing is a little laborious. But yeah, maybe the jail assumes that computer is supposed to replace pens and paper. But you got 50 people who want to use one computer device, and there could be a bit of a line. There could be a little bit of a stress there. You don't want to write all that you can, and you can't draw or anything. So this secrecy going on with the Natchitoches, with Louisiana. I saw in the police policies they talk about the information getting into the wrong hands, and it's taken a long time for the Department of Justice to get to the point from 2020 to 2024 from an investigation to lawsuit. It's taken 4 years, and the state has probably put the federal government through the same rigorous like standards of possibly being the wrong hands and denying everything, denying all the information, basic things that are referred to in your trial. The prosecutor will refer to the police policies, yet the judge says that you're not allowed to see the police policies, even though the prosecutor will ask if the cop is following their police policies. I can't, as a defendant, I can't research what that is exactly. Are you following your policies? Yes. Well, how do I confirm that? Okay, there's a lot of things that the Louisiana doesn't let you confirm. So the problems with the jail come from a lot of outside the jail practices, and it goes along with the judges and how the judges just are stupid. I mean, all these judges in Louisiana just act stupid, and they want to treat you as being stupid, and then the prosecutors are in control of the dockets. The prosecutors are the docket masters, so you can't see when trial is. And I asked the AI what advantage would it be for the prosecutors to control the docket, and it says that you can't, so that just harmful people, the wrong hands again, can't see when witnesses arrive at the courthouse. A courthouse that has a metal detector, that has guards all around, that has a sheriff's office where the deputies are in and out, and they're worried about people knowing when certain court cases are going to happen to protect the witnesses and defendants and what are the experts. But it's like one of the most secure areas, and still the prosecutors claim that it's a privacy thing. The prosecutors are just abusing privacy, and that's something the Department of Justice needs to look into. They need to look into all this privilege that's going on, the state laws that have been ruled on for privilege, and if we could get jury trials for all cases that involve jail time, that will solve a lot of problems right there. Instead of letting judges hold bench trials over us, allow juries to decide. That gives us a better shot. I know juries will find us guilty, but judges are more likely to find us guilty than a jury anyway. You have a better chance. I have a better chance. I'm facing trial in February, and I'm denied a jury. I'm denied a free lawyer, and it's really frustrating. And because I'm facing the jail that had a riot, that's being investigated by the Department of Justice, and in my experience, it was just a bad situation overall anyway, and I shouldn't have gone anyway. I shouldn't have been sentenced to 30 days in jail without proper due process. So it's what's gonna result with this Department of Justice recommendation? Really, we need another civil war. All right, we need soldiers to march into Louisiana and just secure and scoop up all the documents that Louisiana has. That's the only way. You can't ask these people nicely to see the documents anymore. You have to use actual force, like have a team of armed people come to the courthouse, and probably the police station too, and just secure it and investigate it that way. You don't ask Louisiana nicely to look at their documents.